philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
You did have Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, telling Congress just a few weeks before this all started to happen that the U.S. banking system was safe and sound. He didn't see any stability worries.
I don't know where people think things are bad if everybody says things are so amazing.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It's like today. I'm watching the market, and I'm laughing. I'm going, who are these people that are jumping in and buying tech stocks today? And they are. They have no idea what's going on. Most of the people have no idea what's going on in this market. They have no clue. This is going to be a worse crash than 2008. Just hasn't happened yet. We're getting closer and closer. As I said to you yesterday, if you pick up and put on your chart the Qs and just write down, if the Qs drop below $285.42, you're going to see all hell break loose. All hell break loose. They've been, for weeks now, the Federal Reserve, trying to hold those Qs right at that 285. In the last few days, what did they do? They rigged the market to keep pushing down. They kept taking money that they get, interest income from the bonds they have on their balance sheet. They get interest. And they take that interest and they go back into the bond market and they start buying bonds. You got to push those yields down. Keep pushing those yields down to get the these tech stocks back up. See, that's the problem. If you go back and look what happened, okay, after the crash of 2008, and you look at 2009, as I was saying yesterday, you got to remember, a deal was cut in 2009 when Obama was running for president for the White House. Remember, he made a deal with Wall Street, the gangster banksters. He made a deal. Put me in the Oval Office, fund me, get me in there, and I'm going to make sure that when I get into office, the first thing I'm going to do is have Bernanke print one hell of a lot of money, and we're going to start taking and buying treasuries to drop those yields down so that we can start offering mortgages, 30-year fixed-rate mortgages, 2.2%, 2.4%. We're going to. Well, I promise you, I'll start juicing up the housing market again. I'll just keep printing and printing and printing until we get keep buying treasury to get those yields down, which is terribly inflationary. And then at the same time, he says, now what I'm going to do with all the other stocks, like the tech stocks and the bank stocks, what we're going to do is we're going to print even more money. And what we're going to do is if we can get those yields down low enough, then the Fed, Bernanke, who sets his own Fed rates, remember your long-term treasuries, they're set by an auction. You go to an auction, and then you know what the 10-year treasury yield is, and you can figure out what the fixed-rate mortgage is going to be. But the Fed, they set their own rates. They have their own meeting, and they set the rate. So he tells the gangsters, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Bernanke will work with me, and we'll print massive amount of money again so that he can justify bringing rates to zero. To zero. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to double the amount of money. I'm going to double the amount of money that I spend. I'm going to drive the national debt from $5 trillion to $10 trillion. That was the plan, to get him in the Oval Office. In other words, inflation. We're going to inflate our way out. See, what happened is Wall Street did not want to go into a recession. So that's the deal that Obama cut. Okay, you get me in the White House, there will be no recession. Because remember, Wall Street had big losses. They wanted to get those losses back right away. They didn't want to wait 2 or 3 years. They didn't want to go through a recession. They didn't want to clean up their balance sheet. See, I've been telling you this since 2009, 2010, 2011, that because they never cleaned up their balance sheet, we have this big fake rally. Think how they got this rally going. The stock market, the tech stocks went up 1,200% since 2009. Well, how'd they do that? Well, they weren't value stocks. The deal they made, Obama and the bankster gangsters, to put them in the White House, is what we'll do is let's take the growth stocks. But the problem is they're going to grow them without growth. What they're going to do is keep interest rates so low that the speculators would come in, have access to zero interest money, and they'd go buy these tech stocks. Remember, these are supposed to be growth stocks. They don't care about value. Tech stocks, you don't care about value. They're not value stocks. So they would just keep printing and printing and printing money, have interest rates down to zero. As long as they would give these speculators access to free money, they would go and buy the tech stocks. And the tech stocks would rally, and everybody say, look at this stock market. What an economy we have. Because what do people look at? What do they think the economy is? The stock market. That's not the economy, but they convinced them. They convinced us since 2009 up to November 2021, oh yeah, that's the economy. The stock market identifies the health of the economy. So they go out and get a bunch of speculators. They say, here, we're going to give you all this free money. Go in and buy tech stocks. And here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to make sure they go up. Because we're going to take all this money that we're printing, we're going to take a lot of it, and we're going to give it to the CEOs. And the CEOs, to get those stocks up, we don't care about profits. What he'll do is keep buying his own shares, because the more he reduces the amount of outstanding shares, his stock price goes up without having an increase in profits, without having an increase in sales, without having an increase in margins. Can you imagine? Stocks are going up without an increase in profits, without an increase in margin, without an increase in sales. And people are tripping over themselves to buy these tech stocks. How stupid. Now, not everybody was stupid. People like myself have been around this for a very, very long time. We figured out what was going on. So we took advantage of it. Now think about a value stock. By the way, I bet you I can go down the street, get 100 people, lining them up and say, okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What's the difference between a value stock and a growth stock? The first I'd ask them, are you in a 401k? Oh, yeah, I'm in a 401k. Really? Yeah. Wow. Can you tell me the difference between a value stock and a growth stock? You're an investor, right? That's why they put you in 401k. Remember, they took you out of pensions because they said, you don't need a pension. We're going to make an investor out of you. You can be a Warren Buffett. We're going to put you in a 401k so you can be a Warren Buffett. Do you know the difference between a growth stock and a value stock? No, I don't know.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. You get the color-coded chart free as well. And you'll learn not only what stocks you should be in, but you'll learn how the market works. Most people don't even know how the market works. Like today, listen to this. This is a joke. Here we go. Listen to this.
We're seeing, a very clear rotation out of those financials and into some of these tech names, not just short covering, but actual real rotation and real money going back in.
Are you kidding me? Think about what she's saying. Hey, people are getting out of bank stocks. They're all going down. Banks are going to go broke. But guess what? They're going to buy tech stocks now. You understand the stupidity of that? It's the financial sector of the stock market. It's the financial sector of our economy that keeps our economy going. When your financial sector collapses, what good is it going to do to buy a tech stock? Do you think a tech company, whatever they make, cell phones, you think they're going to do great business and they're going to have great earnings? What are you, nuts? Of course not. Once you lose your banking system, you think people are out there buying stuff? This is insane what's going on. So let's think about what they're doing. We've been shorting the bank stocks, and I've been saying to my members since February, let's just stay and short these bank stocks because they're going to collapse. And I started first with the, I think February 28th with all the big banks. And then Steve came in and said, you know what? He said these national banks, they're really going to get slaughtered. The regional banks are getting slaughtered because all the bonds, if you take, for example, from 2009, let's say up to 2014, when Obama made a deal with Wall Street and said, look, I'm going to make sure we drive interest rates down, okay, so we can start another housing boom. We'll drive these interest rates down so the 30-year fixed rate mortgages are 2.2%. So the banks aren't making money at 2.2%. Are you kidding me? They're not. When you have a treasury at 2.2%, okay, and then you have a 30-year fixed rate, if it's at 3.8%, 4% bank will be okay. But when they started to get lower than that, these banks, regional banks, could not make money. So they started to buy these bonds. So they thought, well, I'll make a little bit money on these bonds, not making much money on my mortgages, but I'm going to make more money on my bonds. But what they never figured, that all this inflation was being created with the deal that was made in 2009 under Obama with Wall Street, when we had the big blow up with financials and housing under that dope baby Bush. He said, I will go, don't worry, guys, put me in the White House, and I am going to create money like crazy. We're going to print it and print it and print it till we go nuts. There are no more trees. And then we're going to drive interest rates. We're going to take and drive interest rates right down my Fed rates, the Fed rates, the one that the Federal Reserve, they set their own rates. We're not talking about the yields on the 10-year Treasury. I'm talking about the Fed rate. We'll drive them right down to zero because the Federal Reserve can set their own rates. We'll drive them down to zero. That way, you can really speculate. So what we'll do is let's go and we'll speculate. We'll speculate not with value stocks. Hell with those. Let's go speculate with tech stocks. Because, see, tech stocks are growth stocks. And people think, oh, growth stocks, they're just automatically going to grow. So they go in and they start pushing these tech stocks. 2009 to 2014. The Fed fund rate's at zero. How do you get the Fed fund rate at zero? Yeah, they can lower the rate wherever they want, the Federal Reserve. Nobody tells them to put their rate. But remember, they set their rates. They look at the treasuries. They set their rates. So they're sitting there at zero because here's what they knew. The speculator, the CEO of a company was losing money left and right. He wasn't making money. So they had to push the stock price up without profits. So they did something that was illegal in 1981. Stock buybacks. So you could keep shrinking your outstanding shares, make them go down, and keep buying your own shares. So you go from 2 million shares to 1.5 million shares to 1 million shares, and then your stock price keeps going up and up, even though you're losing money. Even though you're losing money. Nobody understood that. So they start 2009 to 2014, right? And so what do? November 2008. They go print $1 trillion, right? To buy more treasuries, to drive the market up 80%. Then started to crash again in November 2010. Bernanke gets on the phone with Treasury. Hey, print me $650 billion quick. The market's going to go down. So they print $650 billion for him. And he goes in, and what does he do? He starts buying more. Then 2011, market's ready to crash again, calls Treasury. Hey, buy me you got to get $400 billion to me. Print $400 billion so I can go buy more treasuries so that I can get these yields down even more. And then he did it again in October 2012. The market was ready to crash again. Hey, can you send me over another $1 trillion so I can take that $1 trillion and go buy 10-year treasury yields so I can get those yields down? So if I get the 10-year treasury yield down, then at the Fed, we can make sure we keep rates at zero. And then we go buy, then if our rates are at zero, we'll give the money to speculators, give them the access to zero interest money, and they'll go buy tech stocks. His own stock, get the price down.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use. painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com. or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
If you're in tech stocks, buying tech stocks, make sure you're only doing swing trades. You're not invested in them. We are in tech stocks, but they're just swing trades. We're taking advantage of the craziness that's going on right now. You got crazy people on Wall Street, crazy people on all these TV programs telling people to run out and buy tech stocks. So tech stocks go up maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 days, as long as they keep pressing the yields down. Look at your 10-year Treasury yield. Go to CNBC, put up 10-year Treasury, watch it. As that Treasury yield keeps going down, as red keeps going down, they'll keep pushing up the tech stock. But it's only going to happen for a little while because we don't have enough idiots to buy it. You see, there's the guys who will make that tech stock where it would be stable and sustainable, you need the smart money. But the smart money, they're not here anymore. They're not going to be going in, buying these tech stocks and paying $19, okay, for every $1 of earnings. Are you nuts? So again, same thing with our gold. I told my people, look, let's buy gold, but what we'll do is swing trades. But then on the banks, those are the ones we're going to make a ton of money on. Just keep shorting them. When they snap back, don't get scared. Take some profits, put a stop in. They'll go back down again because it's over. It's over. And here's why it's over. It was over in 2009. I want you to think about this. The Federal Reserve. Who's the Federal Reserve? What's their job? What do they do? Well, the Federal Reserve has access to a printing machine at the Treasury Department. So the Fed says to the Treasury Department, hey, print me up a couple $1 billion or whatever, right? So now the Fed's got money. Now the Fed wants to sell that money. Now to sell that money, they set interest rates on it. Now the lower they set the interest rate, the more money they sell, right? So... But they're selling money at zero rates, not making much money, are they? No, not at all. So in 2009 to 2014, the scam was, let's take these tech stocks. Because tech stocks, we can attract the speculator. A speculator doesn't care how much, whether he's paying $19 for every $1 of earnings or $12 for every $1 of earnings. He doesn't care if he's overpaying. He could care less because he knows one thing. He goes and buys a stock, a tech stock, 2009 to 2014, when that was going up 1,200%. Remember, 2009 to 2021, tech stocks rallied 1,200%. So you had people coming in that bought these, what they call growth stocks. But remember, they weren't growing because of earnings. They weren't growing because of profits. They were growing because the Federal Reserve would print that money up, get that money, and he'd say to the owners of companies, here's what we want you to do. We want you to go in and take, here, we're going to give you access to money at zero interest. We want you to go in and take your shares and buy your own shares. Keep reducing your own shares, and your stock will keep going up even though you're losing money. That's right. Your earnings will go up, and your stock price will go up. Just keep on reducing your shares. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this other group over here come buy from you. Yeah, we got a group of guys over here, okay, and they'll buy from you. They know what's going on. They don't care about value. They don't care about value. They're speculators. So as long as we can give them enough money at zero interest rates, they're going to come in and buy your stock. So your job is to keep taking your own stock, the outstanding shares, and reduce them. We're going to give you the money to do that, okay? We're going to give you the money. CEO, we're going to give you the money, and you're going to make a fortune because your stocks are going to go up without profits, and you're going to have stock options. Everybody else in your company is going to get screwed. The worker's going to get screwed. The state's going to get screwed. The country's going to get screwed. But you're going to do fine. And the big shareholders that sit up at the top on the 100th floor, they're going to do fine. So you're going to do fine. The big shareholders are going to do fine. But the company's going to get screwed. The workers are going to get screwed. But I promise you, we're going to get people to come buy your stock. But you got to do your deal. You got to promise me you're going to keep buying your own shares, keep reducing the amount of outstanding shares you have. Because we need your stock to go up without profits. Because you have no profits. Okay. So stocks are going up because now we got the other group who comes in and they don't care about value. As long as I give this other group of buyers access to my zero money. So I got two groups. I'm giving access. I'm the Fed. I'm sitting here and I got a pile of money and I'm going to create this big rally from 2009 to 2021. Then I'm going to screw everybody. I'm going to pull the plug. So I got the one group who's now going to come in and they're going to get money from me at zero and they're going to go buy that stock, the tech stock called the growth stock. Now, they don't care that they should only be paying $10 for every $1 of earnings, but they're paying $19 for every $1. They know it's crazy, but they don't care. Because here's what they know. There's 2,200 buyers behind them. As long as I'm providing these 2,200 speculators free money, the guy comes in and buys at 1 o'clock, he's going to be able to sell it to the next guy at 2, and the next guy, and the next guy. They're all going to keep buying. They don't care if the stock's worth it or not. What do they care? It keeps going up. I just need the CEO to keep making sure he does his thing, that he keeps on reducing the amount of outstanding shares because we have no profits to push the stock up. So he's got to do something that once was illegal, keep reducing your amount of outstanding shares so your earnings go up and your price of the stock goes up to make an appearance, hey, the stock's doing good. So I got a Ponzi scheme going here. This is what they did. And then all of a sudden, everybody knew, wait a minute, holy cannoli, look at the inflation we created from printing all this money for 13 years. What about the guy at the value stock? See, a value stock guy, he's smart. He sits back, what he's looking for are stocks that he believes that Wall Street are looking at these stocks that they're really undervalued. Value stocks are these investors who think a company stock is undervalued. That's what they're looking for company stocks that believe to be undervalued. And they have patience. And they're not going to buy a stock unless they really know it's undervalued. They'll buy a stock that's really undervalued. They're looking for bargains, so they're very patient. But the speculator who buys all these tech stocks, he's not patient to do that. He's looking for the big score down at the end of the road. And he knows one thing. As long as the CEO keeps doing his thing, reducing the amount of outstanding shares to keep pushing up his stock, make it look profitable when it isn't, and he has an incentive to do that because the CEO goes out and gets a bunch of options. He knows he's going to be a multi-millionaire because he knows his incentive to do this. He's got options he's going to exercise. The only people who didn't know the scam was going on are the poor people who go out and buy stock, who are in 401ks. The little trader comes in, he thinks he's going to get rich buying on the dip. That's what's happened. Unbelievable, isn't it? Join my gang. Join my gang, please.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Think about this. From 2009 to 2014, that's when all hell hit, 2014. But from 2009 to 2014, by purchasing treasuries, printing all the money, and the Fed going in and buying all of these treasuries, they got the yields down to about 2.2%. And then they could sell homes they could give a home mortgage, 30-year fixed rate, at 3.8%. That was in 2009, okay? Also in 2009, the Federal Reserve bought treasuries for another purpose, that they can justify setting their rate at zero. They just have to have a meeting. They don't answer anybody. Because remember what their money is. The Fed's money, the money they produce, and they set at zero. Remember who they give that money to. That money is to give to their what they call member banks. Those are the big banks, like the 5 biggest banks, the Citi, the Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. So the Federal Reserve, those guys, they supply the zero rate money to their banks. And then their banks supply the money to, let's say, the tech companies. So it's the job of the Federal Reserve to keep this scam going. Keep the scam going. Keep on making sure you keep those money at zero. So this way here, you give access to the CEO of all this zero interest money, free money, so that he keeps buying his own shares. That way he can mask his losses and the stock goes up without profits, without earnings. And then you got the other speculators going to be the buyers come in. As long as the Fed gives them access to 0% money, they'll come in and be the buyers. So the CEO's part of the scam, and his incentive, he's got options, so his stock prices goes up, he gets richer and richer. And then you got the speculator, he doesn't give a damn what he's paying for earnings. He could care less if it's $19 for every $1 of earnings, he could care less when it should be $2. He could care less. They kept this going until 2014. Finally, what happened is Yellen starts figuring, oh my God, look, all this inflation from all this printing of money for all these years, from 2009 to 2014. So she starts raising rates. So she started raising rates in 2015 to 2017. No longer was she going to sell money at zero. She had to sell it at 1.5%. Powell comes in, and he takes over. He can't sell money anymore at 1 point. First, remember, these guys were selling it at zero. Now he can't sell it. Now they're going to sell it. They got to sell it at 2.6%. This is 2018. Now the crap's really hitting the fan. But what are we getting from the geniuses, okay, on TV? Here's what we're getting from them.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
The economy is remaining strong.
So see, they kept lying to you when they couldn't provide 0% money to the CEO any longer to purchase his own shares, to make sure his stock price went up, even though it was fake. Nobody cared, even though his stock price, the only way he could get his stock price up is by reducing the amount of outstanding shares. But now he's not paying 0% anymore. 2015, 2017. Now things are hurting. Now 2018, he can't get zero interest anymore. So he's not going to be out there buying his own stock. He's not going to buy outstanding shares. He has no incentive to move his shares down, his outstanding shares down, to push the stock up, to mask his losses. Not at zero he did, but not at 2.6 he doesn't. In 2019, now Powell's saying to them, look, I'm going to give you money. Okay, I'll give you money at 2.5%. Would you please go in and make sure you keep reducing the amount of your outstanding shares so we mask your losses and it makes it look like your stock's going up? He says, what incentive is that for me? Oh, be a good American. 2020, Powell panics, drops the interest rates from 2.5, okay, to zero. Goes back to the company. CEO, listen, I dropped it back to zero. Hurry up. Buy your own shares. Please reduce your shares by 500,000 so your stock price goes back up because you're going to show losses, but we don't want anybody to see it. We can get your stock price back up. That's what they did. 2020, 2021. See the scam? And people came in, right? The group of speculators, they don't give a damn. Hey, as long as you keep giving me free money, I'm going to go buy that stock. I don't care what price it is because I know I got 4 more morons like me behind me. Because it's just like the guy who goes around and he's buying trailers and so forth, and all he asks is, what's the interest rate? Or what's the late fee? What's the late fee? It's the same thing. So as long as the speculators see the interest rates at 0, they don't care how much they're paying for this stock. But see, it was blowing up in 2018, 2019. 2019, he brought it back to 0. Then all hell broke loose in 2022. First of all, 2022, they hid the June stress test. No, where was Cramer to talk about the stress test? Every year at the same time, it comes out in June, the stress test. And the June stress test said, banks are losing big money because when they bought all of those treasuries because they weren't making enough money, because they couldn't make enough money on mortgages, because they kept mortgage rates so low that they went out and bought treasuries. So in 2022, within about 12 months, right, about 8 months, they're down $600 billion losing money. And that's why the bank blew up. That's why all the other banks are blowing up. So this whole scam has been going on for all these years. But you could have made a lot of money if you understood how the market worked. Just like we knew this whole thing was blowing up. We knew to short all these banks starting in February. We knew gold was going to go up. We knew oil was going to go down. Because we understand the market. See, no one wants to tell you the truth because it doesn't work for them. The 0 rates and stock buybacks were a crime. But remember what happened. Reagan, when he took over from the peanut farmer, Carter, you talk about inflation. So he said, you know what, I got to do this QE. I got to make sure it's legal. Let's make it legal. We'll use it for maybe 3 months, year the most. He used it for about 6 months. He said, just to pump the market up, just to get it up, just to pump the market up. So for 6 months, he did the scam, the same scam. Hey, go, CEO, keep buying your own stock, your shares. Get those shares down. You got to have less shares so your earnings will go up. You don't need profits. You don't need earnings. Just move your shares down. Instead of having 1,100,000 shares, just have 1,000,000 shares, and your price, your earnings are going to go up without having earnings. Your profits are going to go up without having profits, and your stock price is going to go up. But after about 3 to 6 months, he said, there's enough of this. He shut it down. So who revived it? Who revived this and kept it going for 8 years? Everybody looks at him. You know who he is. Everybody looks at him. His name is Obama the God. Obama the God. Everybody looks at him and they kneel down and they pray to him. Obama, he's the God. He's the guy that put this plan together. That's why we are where we are today. For 8 years he was doing this. For 8 years. Why do you think they wanted to get Trump out? So you should always be in a position that you never lose money in the stock market with these kind of stupid cycles. If you know how the market works, you won't. Join our gang, and this won't happen to you.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.